And we're back to learning Photoshop manipulations. Let me show you how to recreate this typical fruit text effect. It's actually pretty easy to do, but you may get lost here and there using the layer masks, so follow me step by step. Got the original here, and you know what, let me delete the background. Press Ctrl T on the original, resize it a little bit, rotate it. Maybe up to here. I confirm via Enter. Then I create a new layer, drag it below the original, use the paint bucket tool, my background color is white. And then I can fill this empty area. So this is just my background here. And now we need the text. Let me just call that pepper. I'll make it black. The color doesn't really play a role. You just need to see it. The font, it should be a good font that you can see afterwards. So a thicker font works best. And you may adjust right here the distance between the letters. I'm going to go with Helvetica Bold, but in principle it works with any font. Just as I've said, some fonts, they're more visible or the visibility is better, and for some it's worse. Let me try 200 as a size, and then I press Ctrl T and rotate it a little bit. You have to adjust the size according to the fruit that you've got and the size of the fruit, obviously. 200 might be a little bit too big, but we're going to try. Once you've got it rotated, right click on your layer, so the text layer, and use Convert to Smart Object. Now press Ctrl T again, and you can use the warp function now at the top. And you can basically drag this around. Now it's a mesh. So you've got these outer nodes, 4 in total. And when you drag them out of there, you can also see the handles. These can be then used to adjust the angle of your text. This once again something that you have to adjust according to the fruit that you use. And the text, like a general rule, use text that has closed letters. For example, an E letter would be an open letter, because on the right hand side of the E, these areas are open, but a P letter on the left and the R letter on the right, these are closed letters. For example, apple wouldn't work well because it has an E at the end, but banana would work, has a B and an A. Melon would also work, M and N. And here in this case pepper, because of P and R. Alright, when you've got it, confirm via the top function. And now comes the part where you should follow me step by step, because we've got some operations with the layer mask to do. First up, we want to copy the original. Press Ctrl J, and then drag the copy on top of the text. Right click on it and create a clipping mask. It's going to clip the original to the text. So you should only see the original in your text and have the original as a backup below. You can see the text exceeds the pepper a little bit. That's okay. We're going to fix this now. And if I left click here on the text, you can see it once again. We have a little bit of the background in there. We don't want that. And to fix that, then press Ctrl D here. We get back to the original, copy it again, Ctrl J. And then we use Remove Background from the Quick Actions property. So the AI gives us a layer mask where the white background is removed. And now we can hold Ctrl and click on this layer mask to create a selection. We get back to our text layer, and here we simply use layer mask now, and this cuts it off exactly where we need it. If I bring back the clipping mask, text is now only visible inside of the pepper. Now the final step is to get back to the lower original right here. It's called Original Copy 2 for me. And here we want to apply the layer mask so that the layer mask and the layer itself are merged. To do that, just right click on the layer mask, and there's a function called Apply. So you can see we've got the background removed and no layer mask anymore because this has now been applied. And now we can add a new layer mask. So click on the layer mask icon. We use black as foreground color, use the paint bucket tool, left click on it. And now we have a completely black layer mask. I'll bring back the text and the clipping mask. I'm on the fully black layer mask. I use the brush tool, make it white. And here I'm going to go with a brush of a hardness of 100%. And the size, you have to adjust it a little bit. 50 is fine for my pepper right here. And then just paint over it. Once again, it's a white color. And we paint on this fully black layer mask. And this should then bring back the fruit. And now you see why we need a closed letter, so a P letter and not, for example, an E letter. Be careful here at the edge. If you paint over too much, you can see this would bring back the pepper. We don't want that. So just paint for as long as the P letter is there. Now the right hand side, this way easier. Let me bring back the backgrounds, and you can see this is the entire effect. So again, pretty easy, I think. Just pause the video here and there, apply the layer mask yourself, and if you've done it 2 or 3 times, you know the deal. Hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.